to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever thought about how the addition of a young and promising player could shape the future of the Golden State Warriors? Well, trade rumors involving Patrick Williams, the Chicago Bulls forward, are gaining traction. And with the franchise looking to strengthen its roster, this young talent may just be on the Warriors' radar. But the big question is, does he have what it takes to be a cornerstone on a team still fighting for championships? According to journalist Jake Fisher, the Bulls seem willing to let Patrick Williams go, especially now that the Chicago team is heading toward a potential rebuild. For the Warriors, who are already having an impressive season, adding young talent could be the right move to secure not just wins today, but also to stay competitive in the future. At just 23 years old, Williams has already shown flashes of his potential. Although he's still dealing with injuries, he averages 9.9 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists in 15 games this season, which shows that when healthy, he can make a significant impact. For the Warriors, a team already well-built with figures like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, adding a forward with defensive ability and growing offensive skills could be a great fit for their rotation. Additionally, the Bulls' situation, with a 7-11 record, points to a transitional phase. If the Bulls' rebuild progresses, it's more than possible that Williams, with his immense potential and young age, could be traded. For Golden State, this could be the chance to add a player with a lot to offer in the future while still contributing to the team's immediate needs. However, the trade wouldn't be simple. Chicago will likely seek draft picks and young players in exchange for Williams, as they need pieces to rebuild their team. If the Warriors can pull it off, they could be acquiring a talent that could help sustain their dynasty in the coming seasons. What do you think about this trade? Would Patrick Williams be a good addition for the Warriors or a risk? As the Warriors are showing their strength in the West, with 12 wins in 17 games, the search for talents that can contribute both now and in the future has never been more crucial. The team, with its deep roster and well-defined system, knows that to remain competitive long-term, they must constantly evaluate new options and promising players who can integrate into the team's dynamics. Patrick Williams, though still developing, has potential to be one of those players who, with the right development, could fit perfectly into Golden State's playing style. His defensive versatility and ability to be an offensive threat in key moments make him a prospect worth considering. Moreover, alongside figures like Curry and Green, Williams would have the opportunity to learn from some of the best, which would accelerate his growth. What makes this potential trade even more interesting is the transitional moment the Bulls are facing. The Chicago team seems aware that a rebuild is on the horizon, especially if they fail to improve their playoff prospects this season. Amid this restructuring phase, players like Williams, who could have an immediate impact on another franchise, may become valuable pieces for teams looking to strengthen their rotation with rising young talent. And that's where the Warriors come into play. Golden State, with its focus on a balanced rotation and a strong bench, could take advantage of Williams to further bolster its options. It's not just about bringing a promising young player into the fold. It's about ensuring the team's foundation remains strong, even as the veteran stars start nearing the end of their careers. Additionally, with the Bulls' rebuilding scenario, Williams could become a valuable trade asset. And if the Warriors have the right resources, like draft picks or young players to offer, this trade could be a win for both teams. For Chicago, it would be a chance to speed up the rejuvenation process, and for the Warriors, it would be a way to ensure their dynasty stays strong in the coming seasons. For now, we're just following the rumors, but it's undeniable that if the Warriors decide to enter the race, they could be acquiring an important piece for the franchise's future. Adding Williams could provide more tactical flexibility for Steve Kerr and a more significant role for the young forward, allowing him to grow within a winning system. What do you think? Would this trade be the right move for the Warriors or a risky play? Share your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to follow Warriors News Fan Update for more analysis and updates on the team's future. Looking at Patrick Williams' situation, we can see that he's not just a replacement piece. He has the potential to be a major addition to the Warriors' young core. Golden State already has a solid foundation with Curry, Green, and Thompson, but the true strength of the team also lies in its ability to reinvent itself and build a new generation of players who can continue the tradition of success. Patrick Williams would fit perfectly into that plan. What makes this trade even more intriguing is the timing. The Warriors have a unique window to add young and promising players while still chasing titles now. Williams, with his age and potential, would not only fill an immediate gap but also serve as a long-term investment. His defensive versatility is one of the most appealing aspects for Golden State, especially since the team has been focusing on improving its defensive balance to complement Curry and company's explosive offense. Furthermore, the presence of a young player like Williams could be crucial to relieve some of the burden on the team's veterans. Draymond Green, for example, could share some of the more difficult defensive responsibilities with Williams, allowing the forward to develop while still helping the team stay competitive as the season progresses. Another factor to consider is the psychological impact a young talent's arrival has on the roster. Adding someone like Patrick Williams could reinvigorate the locker room and bring a fresh perspective to a team that is already accustomed to fighting for the top. He would serve as a catalyst for the next phase of the team, especially alongside stars who are more than willing to share their knowledge and help him evolve. But of course, trades are never simple. Negotiations involve much more than just the desire to add a promising talent. The Warriors would need to assess what they would be willing to give up to acquire Williams. This includes possible draft picks or even other players in the rotation that could be useful for Chicago as they search for options that bring more flexibility for the franchise's future. For the Bulls, the trade could be a way to give a boost to their rebuild. Trading Williams could mean opening space for new players and focusing on forming a young core that can lead the team in the coming years. Although the departure of a player with so much potential like Williams would be difficult, it is part of the rebuilding process, and often tough decisions must be made to move forward. Now, we want to hear your opinion. Do you think Patrick Williams could be the future of the Warriors' defense? Or would the trade be a risk for the franchise, especially considering the pieces that would need to be given up? As a Lakers fan, I see this trade from a slightly different perspective. While the Warriors are a great team and Patrick Williams' name is attractive, especially with the defensive potential he has, I can't help but worry about the impact this could have on a possible title chase in the West. First, adding Williams to the Warriors would certainly strengthen their defense, which is in need. The team has a winning dynamic, but over time, they've faced difficulties in some areas, like defending bigger and more physical players. Williams, with his versatility and defensive abilities, would undoubtedly be a useful piece. However, at the same time, I must recognize that Golden State already has a very strong and balanced rotation. For me, the question is whether he could really make a difference in the conference finals, or if he's a piece that helps in the future, but not immediately. From the Lakers' point of view, this trade makes me reflect on what could happen if our team acquired a player with Williams' qualities. While Los Angeles has strengthened well with players like LeBron, AD, and new talents adjusting, seeing the Warriors betting on a young player like Patrick Williams shows how the Western Conference is shaping up to be a competitive future. The Warriors have always been a team that adapts and finds ways to keep competing at the highest level. So if this trade happens, it means we'll have another team in the West to watch out for, which will be much stronger both now and in the future. For the Lakers, we'll need to continue evolving so we don't let Golden State or any other team surpass us in the near future. If Williams is traded to the Warriors, it will be interesting to see how he fits in. As a Lakers fan, my concern is that he could be the kind of player the Warriors mold successfully to become even more dangerous in the long run. This only increases the need for Los Angeles to stay sharp because the West is becoming more and more competitive and unpredictable. So, what do you think of this potential trade? Do you think the Warriors' move could represent a real threat to the Lakers in the future? Share your opinion, and let's keep discussing these moves on Warriors News Fan Update.